morning, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'll try to talk a little bit louder because my exhaust is so loud. Oh, Lord. Y'all, I got a car that farts. Oh, I don't know why, but whenever I'm, going at a high rate of speed, which is 65 right now, and then I apply the brakes, then the exhaust starts popping. Sounds like those race cars. There are a lot of young kids on the highway nowadays that they do street racing. I mean, right here on the parkway, they do street racing. They have these little older cars, like a little Honda Civic, or not a new one. They take the older ones and soup them up and put those spoilers on the back and these big mufflers on them, and little Toyota Corollas and little Acura cars, and they try to turn a regular car into a sports car. I don't mind them doing that. I don't care what they do, but I don't think that they should be street racing. But sometimes in the evening, if I'm on the parkway, there'll be 4 or 5 of them deliberately on the parkway street racing, weaving in and out of traffic. It's so dangerous. So if you hear any farts going on, it's not me, it's my car. At least that's what I'm going to blame it on. So I'm babysitting today, and I am so excited. I haven't seen the grandkids in over a week. I have missed them so much. So I'm really looking forward to today and spending time with the grandbabies. Well, one grandbaby and one soon-to-be 8-year-old little boy. Every time I see them, even if it's only a day or 2 days apart, they've developed something new in their personality or their words or something. They're always just so cute. I just love them so much. So thank y'all for watching my pork roast videos. Oh, that pork roast is so delicious. But what I want to talk to you about today is, I just want to have a conversation about Will Smith and what happened at the Oscars. And it's been on my mind every day. It's been heavy on my heart. Having gone through, of course, nothing like he's gone through. He's such a huge, successful actor. But having gone through where I've snapped before, and I think that's what happened to him. I think all the stress and pressure just built up, and he just snapped. I'm sure some of y'all have had instances in your life where you just had enough. You just can't take it anymore. You just snap. And you probably have acted out emotionally or recklessly in some type of manner where you were embarrassed, where you embarrassed yourself, your family. It's not a good position to be in, and it is embarrassing. And in Will Smith's case, I'm afraid it may have ruined his career. I mean, he's a very successful actor. I didn't care too much for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I like the shows more like the Carol Burnett show and Sonny and Cher, more of those type of entertaining shows. But I did watch some of Will Smith, and I liked him. And then as he became more and more successful in Hollywood, I think the only movie that I went to see of his is The Pursuit of Happiness, and he did an excellent performance. I never saw any of the Men in Black series, or I didn't see King Richard. I babysat for Jill and Husani. They went to see it, and they liked it. Husani was an avid fan of Will Smith. I'm not too sure what he feels about this latest debacle that happened at the Oscars. So I just wanted to throw it out there. I'm not going to be doing a lot of commentary on it because, like I said, I haven't really followed him that much, and I don't know a lot about it. But I'll talk about what little bit I do know. I used to love to watch the Oscars, but I've fallen out of favor with it. I'm not a movie buff, and I very, very seldom go to a movie theater. I mean, it has to be something that I'm really, really, really want to see, to spend the money to go to a theater. So I haven't seen many movies in a long time. But I did know about the King Richard. You know, I read about all of this on my phone, on the internet, and Google and things like that. So, yeah, I didn't watch the Oscars. I only saw it, what happened on Monday morning. And everybody in the world is talking about it. In fact, I've been watching a channel out of Australia. They talk about it constantly. So Will Smith must be a big, a favorite actor in Australia too. But I was just wondering if you want to discuss it, if you want to leave some comments about what do you think happened. You know, I heard all of this about the Jada and the Red Table Talk and all of that, so I had to Google that. I'm not on Facebook, so I wasn't even aware of her Red Table Talk series. So I went back and I watched some of it, and I did watch the segment of, you know, when she and Will were sitting there talking about her committing adultery, which, of course, she phrases it to sound hip and chic. She calls it her entanglement with this August guy that's a singer from New Orleans, and apparently their son Jaden's friend, she got involved with him and had an affair with him, which she calls entanglement. And I think she and Will were supposed to have been separated during that time, or maybe he found out about the affair. And I doubt she ever moved out of the mansion. He probably didn't either. Y'all who know about this can leave me some comments and bring me up to date on all of it. But it was so strange, his reaction during the Chris Rock's dialogue, you know, when he said that about Jada and her playing G.I. Jane, being in a G.I. Jane too. Some people are saying that Chris Rock didn't know that she suffers from alopecia, but I don't buy that. Chris Rock, he knows. Everybody knows that, and I don't even keep up with her, and I knew that she was bald-headed because of the alopecia. I think I saw her do that video on an Instagram where she shaved her head or something. But she's a beautiful woman, even, you know, and it's a good thing that she embraces health challenges and doesn't shy away from them. And I mean, Chris Rock's a comedian. You just never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And, you know, you're sitting in the audience and you're open for his comedic punches, you know, punchlines. But I think, you know, Will was laughing at the jokes. And then all of a sudden I couldn't even see where the expression on his face changed. He just snapped. And what is it with the slap? I'm trying to figure that out. Why he slapped him with an open palm and didn't sucker punch him. That looked weird to me. I'm wondering if there's some kind of history behind a slap instead of a punch. I don't know. If y'all know, you can let me know in the comments. Y'all, my hair's getting on my nerves. I know y'all like it, but y'all, I like that little short, spiky look. But anyway, I'm going to wear it this way for a while. But anyway, he was sitting there and he even laughed at the joke. And then Jada, you know, rolls her eyes, and you could tell she was really upset by it. And then for him to just walk up there and slap Chris Rock. I mean, he could have stopped there and sat back down, and maybe they could have spun it to where I'm sure the Oscar producers and everybody involved would have liked the audience and, the viewers to think that it was part of the act. But then for him to sit there and yell, keep my wife's name out your F mouth, to use one of the nastiest expletive on earth. But then it was, it's just like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. So even whenever he won the Oscar for his role in King Richard, then the audience gave him a standing ovation, which I thought was weird. But Venus and Serena didn't stand up. After all those girls, those two girls, all that they have devoted their entire life to training and playing tennis, and their father, and then for them to be humiliated like that by the actor that played their father, just horrible. And then, why didn't it stop there? Why didn't Will and Jada just leave? But no, he continued to, hold the Oscar up and take all these pictures, and then attend the Vanity Fair party and sing Get Jiggy With It. And no, stop. You just assaulted Chris Rock on stage and embarrassed everybody that had anything to do with making this movie, and embarrassed the Williams sisters, and just brought disgrace to the Academy. And then he's standing there with that Oscar at the Vanity Fair party singing Get Jiggy With It. So I was trying to compare it to times in my life where I've been at the end of my rope and just snapped. I can't even think of anything that would even come to make me do something like that. I know when Jill was a baby, she was probably about a year old, maybe 18 months old. And there was this old woman that lived down the street from us there on Slimmer Road, and her name was, I think her name was Betsy Davis, but we called her Old Lady Davis. She lived in this brick house there on Slimmer Road, and she ran like a old folks home. She had two old people that lived there with her, and they were in these hospital beds, and she just took care of them. That's how she made her living. So, we knew her because we would walk every day, and we would see her, in the yard and things like that, and talk to her. So she had wanted Jason to come pull weeds for her one day. So I let him go up there and pull weeds. But she had him on Slimmer Road. They don't have city sewage. So we all had a septic tank which drains, into a ditch out in front of your house along the side of the road. It's still like that to this day, I'm pretty sure. So when I went to get him, she had my son out there in that nasty sewage ditch pulling out weeds. Well, that irked me. I never let him go back to do that again. But Jill got real sick with the flu and had to go in the hospital. She was in the hospital about 24 hours. It was over all day and during the night. And then probably the next day, I think it was. So when John came to the hospital to be with me and Jill, he left the children with her. And she took good care of them. She cooked for them, and the only thing she made them carrot and raisin salad. And she would, put the food on the plate, the meat and the carrot and raisin salad and the vegetable and the starch. And she would make them eat one, finish one food item before they could go on to the next one. She made them start with the carrot and raisin salad, which they hated, and she knew that. So she wouldn't let them eat anything else until they finish the salad. So I felt bad that they had to stay there with her, and because it was, even though she took good care of them and I knew she wouldn't let anything happen to them, they hated it. And I hated that I had to leave them there. But, I had no family near me in Covington, so I had no choice. But anyway, she used to call me all the time. And so I was had Jill in my arm. I think she was hungry, and she was screaming and crying. And old Lady Davis called me, and I was on the phone with her. And she said, there's something wrong with that baby. She's retarded. Y'all, and I lost it. I mean, I cussed her out. I called her the B word, and just cussed her out, told her not to ever call me again. I never wanted to see her again or hear from her again. I was done with her. But if she had been in front of me, I probably would have slapped her across the face too. I just lost it. I mean, that's the only time in my life that I remember just losing total control. It was like I was in this blackout or something. So that's the only thing I can relate to, how I just lost it without, just lost all sense of reality and control over my emotions. It usually has something to do with someone I love, my children, mostly. That you would defend to your death. And maybe that's just how Will, Jada has him wrapped around her finger. I mean, he's like, she's the master of that household. That's obvious. And I think he's just to the point to where he just can't take it anymore. And then all the stress of being, nominated for an Oscar, and it was just too much. I'm not even sure if he even realized what he did. But, we are very forgiving. Humans are very forgiving. And I'm thankful for that, because Lord knows I've committed many atrocities and sins in my life, and most people who I know that know about it have forgiven me. But you have to humble yourself, and you have to be remorseful, and you have to ask for forgiveness. It's not going to come free or without some work on your part. And I hope that Will can get some therapy and be able to resolve his issues in his marriage and in his family life, and get back to being the good actor and the good man that we always thought that he was. So y'all just feel free to leave your thoughts and comments, and before you do that, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to share my videos and my channel with your friends and family, and y'all just keep on coming back. Have a great day.